Hi everyone, welcome back. We're going to do another video on the car. This time it's been overdue for a couple of months to be fair, but we're going to do a service on it, meaning that we're going to change the oil. There is basic tools for this car. This one's not too bad. So for a start, we've got a T45 on a ratchet for the sump plug, to which we've got a new one. I always get a new one just to keep it fresh. You can just change the O-rings that are on them. I've got a 24mm with a socket with an extension for the oil filter. On this version it's just there, so this one's not too bad. We've got a pick or a little screwdriver or do, because if there's an O-ring that goes around the oil filter that we want to sort out. We've also got an air filter for this on this model. It's just some screws, so we've got a screwdriver attachment on a whizzy gun if need be. We have got a screwdriver itself. We've also got a funnel to help us get the oil into the fill-up point. So to start off, what I always do, crack off by taking the filters now under the car. It's not a problem. So we've taken the oil cap off, we've released pressure from the dipstick. I'm now going to go under and we're going to sort out the sump. We've also got an oil drain to catch all the oil for us. So T45 just there. I have already loosened this off. Power of editing. So get the oil drain in or around the area that it needs to be, and catch the oil. I've got a few rags and some blue roll just to obviously clean up. So while the oil is draining, we're going to go and change both of the filters and allow that to drain, because we want that to be slowly dripping out and get the 99% of the oil out of the engine. So heading back up top, 24mm socket, little extension. Oh, that wasn't cracked off. What you'll notice is if you do this on your vehicle, you'll notice that as you take the oil filter off, you'll notice that more oil drains down. So we'll let that drain off a little bit. While we're doing that, the first thing that we actually are going to change is the air filter. So if we take all of the screws out, can take this wiring off. It does come out like that. Should be the final one. Yeah, we'll soon find out, and we're going to take it up. And our air filter was changed a few years back, so again, it's not too bad. But just to keep the car running as nice and as fresh as possible, a brand new air filter. So put that in the correct way, just like that, and then just make sure that filters in like so, and then start to get the screws back in. You do have to be careful when you're using a whizzy gun, to destroy them. This one's not a very powerful one, so it's not too bad. Final one. And air filter is now replaced. So okay. back on. Some of the air filters on different vehicles, you'll have to take like the intake pipes off and stuff like that. This one is nice and easy, you don't have to do none of that. So now we've let the oil filter drain out a bit, come back over to this side, finish screwing it off. Just got a rag, again, stop any excess oil dripping around, pick it up, let it drain out. And all we want to do is the old oil filter, as you can see, it's very sucked in, very black. Pop that out. That can go on our air filter for now. Then what we're going to do is get our pick, take the O-ring off, new one, all fresh, all clean. Always can go down there for now. So, new O-ring. The best thing to do with this is grip it on one side, get your fingers, roll it round. What I will suggest, get some oil on your finger and lubricate the new seal, so when you put in the oil filter back in, it doesn't snag the it doesn't split the seal, and then you'll have obviously leakage. So any excess oil that's in the filter housing, just rub a quick coat of oil over the sides. With this one, again, click it in, nice and easy. Show you again, you literally got your little grips just there. That's just like that. Slide it in, hands together, squeeze, hear the click. That's your oil filter changed. Put that back in. Put it in by hand as much as you can. Your 24mm socket back out with your ratchet. And tighten it back up. So, air filters replaced, oil filters replaced. The only thing that we've got left to do now is to replace the sump plug, which is under the car. The old one is off, so we're going to obviously get that sorted now, and then it's just topping up the fluid. So let's head back under. I'll show you how the oil should be when obviously it's finished draining, and then we will look at coming back up this end and topping up the oil and putting fresh oil in. So, oil is literally just dripping out now, which is what we want. It means that the majority of the oil has come out. I always recommend to replace with a new sump plug. Some do just come with washers. Our version, again, just a T45 with a new O-ring. You can just replace the O-ring. I prefer to change the whole lot. It stops the threads from rotting. So tighten that up as much by hand. We can then move the oil drain pan out of the way. Yeah, T45 socket. Like that. And again, it does, I don't know whether you'll be able to see on the video, it does tell you the correct newton meters on the bottom of the sump on this one, just there. So this one is 14 newton meters. As long as obviously it's tight enough, you're okay. So it shouldn't obviously leak any oil. I wouldn't obviously over tighten it too much, because otherwise you'll end up splitting it and then you'll find oil leaking out. So we're now going to go and clean all around where the new sump plug is. So we now have the bottom all secure and sorted. So finally, I'm going to go back to the top. So the final thing left to do, we put the dipstick back in, is to get our oil in. So I've got a bit of a funnel. Again, your vehicle might be different. I've got some Ultra AdTech 17. This is 5W30, fully synthetic. That's what our vehicle takes. Again, you'd have to check with a parts supplier and stuff like that on what your vehicle would need. This takes 4 litres, but again, with changing the oil filter, we're going to pop just a bit more in. So, simple case of just filling it up to the level that it needs to be. Again, some vehicles do have it, some vehicles don't, but we've got a dipstick on ours, so we can check ours as it goes.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been...
Right, so we now want to check the oil level. You can give it a minute or so for the oil to get from the top of the engine to the bottom. On our vehicle, it does have a dipstick with indicators on how much oil should be in. So if you wipe obviously the access off, dip it in and check it, that's literally just up to there on the marker. So that's more than enough engine oil in there, not got to worry about it. The main reason why we obviously put a bit more in is because of the moment that we start the engine, the oil filter will gain some of the oil that has been drained out of there. So we do one final check. It's literally just about obviously on the top mark on just that. So by the time it's finished, it'll probably end up on that 3rd notch just there. Anywhere on this dipstick's fine. The further down, the more. Anywhere in between is best. I try and get towards obviously this gridded area just here, because of the dipsticks down in the engine like that. That's obviously the top end. At least then you know if there is any oil spills or anything like that, you've not got to worry about it. So final thing left to do is to wipe everything down, move everything out of the way. The final thing is to put the oil cap on, make sure that your seal's okay, you've not got no splits in the seal, and then simply put that in, twist that on, and there we go. Quick simple guide on how to change the oil. We also change the air filter. We'd normally change the pollen filter, but that is within the repairing the Astra video. Link will be in the top right hand corner for that. I hope this helps getting you out on the spanners. It's always good. The amount of comments that we've had recently about people actually getting involved due to our videos is absolutely fantastic. The only thing that I can suggest is if we are helping or you do enjoy the content, please subscribe. Please help us boost obviously the numbers up as fast as we possibly can. At the moment, this is all costing us. We gain nothing from YouTube. So yeah, we appreciate all the help and support. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all in the next one. Hey everyone, just a final point. What we're going to do is one thing that we did forget to obviously mention is our service light, or on this car it's code 84, which just indicates that the oil life is low. So I'll quickly obviously show you how to do that. All vehicles are different. There is more than likely multiple videos out there on how to reset some of the service lights. So if you've got a different vehicle, then you'd have to specifically search for that vehicle. Obviously this is just a basic knowledge of mainly the Astras and stuff like that. So let's get right to it. So if I start the car, oh, code 82, not 84, but code 82 comes up just there, and then the warning symbol comes up. So if I press menu on the left hand side, as you can see, the oil life is 0. So if I hold this button just here, the beep will click in, and then that now changes to 100%. So literally just hold that button there, this set clear just here on the left hand side, which is your indicator stalk, obviously, as you can see by this. And what that will do is you have to be stationary while doing it, but that will allow the oil life to change over. And again, any final checks, you'll be able to start the engine, run the engine up, get it to temperature, and then check your oil levels. But I hope you appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in the next one.